The wild west of lease types. Welcome to semi-gross. Semi-gross leases sound friendly, like the polite Canadian cousin of commercial real estate. Predictable rent, shared burden, everyone wins, right? Well, until year 2 hits and suddenly you're paying for the landlord's snowplow and their tax appeal hangover. Today, no sides, just facts. We're breaking down the semi-gross lease, the base year trap, the math behind the middle ground, and the checklist that keeps both sides from playing the blame game. I'm that commercial realtor, the one who reads the fine print so you don't have to. You know, the lease clauses most people treat like terms of service. Semi-gross leases try to strike a balance. One simple rent number for year 1. Landlords don't eat inflation. But when no one defines the rules, it's like splitting a dinner bill when someone else ordered the lobster. My job is to make sure everyone knows the math before the ink dries. So what does semi-gross actually mean? In this lease type, tenants pay one tidy rent figure. What is standard in this lease type is they always have a term called the base year, and it usually is the first lease year. When costs rise in later years, the tenant pays only the increase above that base year amount. It's meant to share risk. Stability for tenants in year 1, cost recovery for landlords later. Here's the catch. Semi-gross isn't a standard recipe. Some include snow removal, others don't. Some cap increases, most don't. There is no consistency from property to property, which terms are included, and of those items, what are included, what is subject to an increase or not. Because again, in the wild west of semi-gross, there is no standard. So I start every conversation with the same question. What's really in this rate? If you can't get a straight answer, that's your first red flag. Let's run a real-world example. 5,000 square feet at $32 semi-gross with this current year's base year. Year 2, taxes rise 6%, insurance 2%. That adds roughly 75 cents a square foot. Your new rent is now $32.75. Still fair if the base year was set fairly and accurately. However, if that base year was based on a low assessment or a temporary rebate, congratulations, you're now funding the tax recovery plan you didn't sign up for. That's why I review past 3 years' base year numbers with my clients. We spot patterns, budget for increases, and build realistic escalations into the deal and their budget. We see the spike coming, we budget. That's not paranoia, that's profit protection. Semi-gross works well when written clearly. Semi-gross leases can be the sweet spot. Perfect for multi-tenant office buildings, flex properties, and even some older industrial where costs are shared but manageable. Tenants get predictability, landlords get inflation armor. The golden rule is to budget for base year changes and cap controllable expenses, such as landscaping or management fees. Add that one line and suddenly everyone sleeps better. No 3 a.m. rent panic. Clarity equals sleep, ambiguity equals audits. Here's your 5-line survival checklist for landlords and tenants alike. Number 1, lock in that base year. Real figures, not estimates. Number 2, list every included expense. Assumed is not a strategy. Number 3, cap controllable costs. Inflation is real, inefficiency should not be. And 4, add audit rights. If you're paying for increases, you deserve receipts. Number 5, review past base years. History shows how quickly costs climb. A good commercial realtor runs this audit before the offer is signed, not after the surprise invoice lands. As semi-gross leases show up everywhere, let's add some clarity. First, having the word gross in semi-gross often leads to confusion for tenants. That $32 posted rate can turn into $38 per square foot occupancy cost once you add in what's not included. Helping my clients understand what their full occupancy cost will be is key to saving everyone time and frustration. This difference in posted versus actual is not a scam, it's just the math meeting reality. Before taking my clients' precious time away from their core business, I make sure the space fits their budget. Not in budget, no tour. Semi-gross isn't a trap, it's a tool. Used clearly, it's fair. Used loosely, it's chaos. Tenants don't sign blind, landlords don't bury the math. Drop your semi-gross story in the comments. Like the video and share it with someone staring down a lease, and subscribe for more no BS commercial real estate breakdowns that turn confusion into clarity. I'm that commercial realtor, built for business, backed by data, and negotiating with bite. You know the game now, so what's your move?